Game 2 coming up, though. Good morning, everybody. 6:30 a.m. right now. On this Thursday, it's May 22nd. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero is here tracking commuter alerts right now. Storm Team 4's Marie LaRosa is here with the forecast. Wet and rainy out there, right?
Wet and rainy and chilly, upper 40s right now. So it feels more like early March, which is not great when you're talking about late May. But we have better news just around the corner. As you can see, at least visibility isn't too bad. We have seen the heaviest of the rainfall come through the city. So hopefully that things get a little bit easier. With that said, live radar still showing rain over the city in through parts of New Jersey. Some of the heaviest now still in parts of Westchester, Fairfield County, but from Nassau into Suffolk County, another batch just offshore. So heads up from Islip and Patchogue looking at some of that heavy rain coming on. So a little bit longer there. 48 degrees at Central Park right now. Yuck. 47 in Poughkeepsie. We have a very persistent east flow right now. So by later on this afternoon and evening during times of high tide, they may be a little bit higher. So we have some coastal flood alerts posted. Yeah, keeping things definitely chilly. So planning out, showers begin to taper off, especially later this evening. Temperatures holding steady. All right, 6:30 right now. Not fun to be out on the roads and rails right now, Adele.
Definitely not fun. And of course, it's going to be one of those mornings you're going to need to tack on some extra time for your commute, and definitely expect to see some flooding and ponding in areas. Right now, we've got full closures, though, in New Jersey, Route 208 southbound between Lincoln Avenue and Maple Avenue. That's because of an accident there. If you needed to make your way through the area, Route 17 or the Parkway would be your best bet. 17, that earlier crash a little further south, has cleared out. Major Deegan northbound over by exit 9. That accident takes out a lane with delays to the Cross Bronx Expressway. And then that crash again on Route 21 back in Jersey here over by exit 4. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele. 6:31 right now. Now, well, I'm at Lefferts Boulevard.
Please use the lots. Please use. Don't pull over to the side. That's terrible. Terrible. All right, take it easy through the neighborhoods too, because it is messy out there. If you're getting the kids ready for school, obviously the rain gear needed this morning and a heavier jacket. It stays chilly by lunchtime. 52 degrees. By the time we wrap up the day, not much warmer. Now tomorrow, tracking some drier skies, and when we can count on that sunshine, and more importantly, full-time summer temperatures. We've got that in the 10-day forecast.
Thanks so much. Also ahead, a rough start for
hitting the roads right now. On the LIE westbound side, we do have a crash over by exit 32. That's taking out a lane, but we've got a few more accidents also causing heavy backups. That's coming up in a few minutes. Let's take a live look outside right now, though, onto the New Jersey Turnpike by Newark Airport. Traffic still pretty light right now. You're watching Today in New York.
Okay. But it's true. It's like, that's the history. Bruce has got it right there.
It's the truth. Yes. All right. So I'm going to go, we're not having that anymore.
Ooh,
let's not.
Let's
that
not
was
do
rude.
that.
That was rude. Have to say. It's rude out there right now, guys, too. We have upper 40s and rainfall, and it's been that kind of month. Just by the numbers, about half the month we've reported rain at Central Park, and we're going to add another day today with about half an inch since just midnight at Central Park. Here's the good news. The heaviest of the rainfall has pretty much moved through the area. What we're going to be left with is just the lingering rounds of showers. So you can see through the city, North Bergen, Bayonne, but also towards Great Neck, still seeing that steady rainfall pushing into Fairfield County. And of course, this heavier batch ready to move back onshore here, Nassau and Suffolk County. It's definitely been a rough go this morning with the rounds of heavy rainfall. Off to the west, though, you still see a line of showers. So the big picture showing that swirl of the area of low pressure inland and then off the coast, too. That's just going to keep us gray and rainy. So plan on that. But again, the good news, by midday, you see less of the nonstop rainfall, although showers continuing through this evening. By tonight and tomorrow, it's more like clouds and a spotty shower or two. So not the total washout that we've seen since yesterday into today. And overall, in a nutshell, the weekend is shaping up to be as we expected. Some clouds and a little breezy on Saturday, but mainly dry. A little better on Sunday and even more so by Monday. Mostly cloudy skies and 74 degrees. If you're doing some traveling, not bad. Again, you have to kind of get through Saturday from Syracuse through New England, where the showers linger a little bit longer. But from Philadelphia to Boston, Pittsburgh as well, Memorial Day looking like the warmest and the driest. Talk about warmest. If you're ready for full-on summer temperatures, we're going to get it next weekend. So we do have a little bit more rain and some cooler weather by the middle of the next week before we can get to that. Obviously looking rough right now in Point Pleasant Beach, 52 degrees. Those gusts out of the east, 20 to to 30 miles per hour still, even as we get into this afternoon, possible, especially coastal spots. There you go, Saturday, Sunday into Monday, the holiday weekend. We've had worse, so not too bad. And then some showers clip our area Tuesday into Wednesday, keeps us in the 60s. And then finally, a nice little breakout as we finish up May and roll into June with temperatures closer to 80. All right, 6:48 now. Adele, how's it looking out there?
Not great right now. Those wet roadways are definitely having an impact. Let's start things off here in New Jersey. Route 208 southbound completely shut down from Lincoln Avenue out to Maple Avenue because of an accident. Very heavy slowdowns through the area. The good news is you have options. You've got 17 or the Parkway, both delay free right now. Making your way a little further down 80 westbound by exit 58 from Madison Avenue. We've got an accident that's just popped up there. Again, couple lanes closed off and delays heading back past Route 21. Heading into the Bronx, Major Deegan Expressway northbound by exit 9 for Fordham Road. This accident still out there blocking a lane. Delays had just passed the Cross Bronx Expressway. And here's a live look outside onto the Gowanus tight ride eastbound into the Brooklyn Bridge. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much. 6:49.
Thank you for streaming with us. It is Thursday, May 22nd. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Adelle Caballero here, tracking our roads and rails, looking at the airports too, and Storm Before's Maria LaRosa with a look at today's forecast. Did it just get a little better?
It did. I would say I could spin it that way, Michael.
Oh, okay.
We have,
It's being very nice again.
well, it's,
So nice.
but it's
Reading
not
some
wrong.
there.
Putting pressure on her, Michael.
The important thing is not wrong. A lot of areas are seeing better conditions.
Technically not wrong.
It's technically not wrong,
In the
and that
sense that
to
it's weather.
me is not wrong. Let's show you though. Right now, definitely still the cloud cover and some of those showers. What is making it better is that we don't have that like unending heavy rainfall that was creating so many issues earlier this morning. It's just going to take a little bit more time before that picture looks really much improved. But you can see the whole big weather mess with that area of low pressure inland off the coast as well. This is what's keeping us seeing the heavy rain for now, especially Long Island and Connecticut, but starting to really see more like the showers for areas north and west of the city. As far as the wind and the comfort level out there, that hasn't changed. We're still seeing that brisk east flow, gusts over 20 miles per hour. Because of that, we do have some higher high tides expected later on this afternoon and evening from Long Island, coastal Connecticut, in and around the city and down the shore. So something to keep in mind for those susceptible roadways, especially in those low-lying areas. Temperatures staying in the 50s, as I mentioned, starting to get the tapering off to showers by later on tonight. Temperatures stay chilly though, back in the 40s tomorrow morning. All right, Adele, it has been a messy commute out there.
Definitely a messy commute, even though the storm is kind of moving its way through. The worst of it seems to have passed, as we've said, but unfortunately the damage is already done in some of those areas. Route 208 southbound completely shut down. Lincoln Avenue out to Maple Avenue because of an ongoing accident. Very heavy delays through the area. 17 or the Parkway would be your way around it. And as we mentioned, airport's going to be a very busy area for the following few days. JFK Airport, just keep in mind you've got that long-term construction around the terminals. That's definitely going to tack on some extra time heading out there. So just keep that in mind. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele. Well, now to that breaking news.
Let's hope a new chapter with a different ending, right?
We hope so. We definitely hope so.
And just the
Maria.
first chapter. It's just the first one.
right. It was just day
Different
one.
chapter.
The first page. First
Like
page.
the War of 1812.
Oh, wow. It's
Rewriting
like that. Okay. All right. Let's do it. But yeah, this morning, it hurts the heart as far as the weather goes, right? Upper 40s from Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx. Temperature-wise, we're not going very far today, but we are seeing improvement, not just with the sky conditions, but the temperatures too, by the time we get to Saturday. How about a couple days closer to 80 degrees? I have that in the 10-day forecast.
Thanks, Maria. Also coming up.
Rails right now, your 4, 5 AC, B, and D trains. You can expect to see delays. You're also going to have lots of dayside track work. But coming up in a few minutes, we're going to let you know what's going to slow you down on the roads. Let's take a live look out there now onto the Cross Bronx Expressway by the Bronx River Parkway. You're watching Today in New York.
Cover over their dress whites and their short sleeve Marine Corps dress uniforms, but
Because of that rain and that cold,
it
right?
was rainy and cold.
Yes, I know. But thankfully, for all the events going forward, it's not going to be as bad as it was a few hours ago, right? We had all of that heavy rainfall. Temperature-wise, though, we're still struggling. Upper 40s, low 50s. But yeah, not a great view, but the really heavy rain that you probably heard out your window early this morning for a lot of us has moved on. We are at 48 degrees and a brisk east-northeast wind, occasionally gusting to 20 miles per hour still. So the big weather picture showing the the swirl of that one area of low pressure, the coastal low trying to get going. That'll keep things pretty gusty for Long Island today. But as far as all of the really heavy, steady rain, we've seen that really wind down for parts of New Jersey through the Hudson Valley. Still a few hours to go of that steady rain for Suffolk County and into Connecticut. So this morning's round of rainfall, yes, we see that ease just a bit. Another bump of some showers coming through later this afternoon and evening, not as heavy as this morning, but obviously bad timing with the commute and some travel. And then you see the trend, continuing to see just a spotty shower or two possible heading into tomorrow, and then looking much better heading into the weekend. And that's the case really across the region. So if you have travel plans to spend the weekend elsewhere outside of the city, maybe Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, upstate New York, Boston, everywhere seeing a little better of that forecast here Sunday and into Monday, and especially in the city, really the best of the bunch, as I've been saying, into the 70s with some sunshine. But we are really waiting for the true kickoff to summer temperature-wise. We're not seeing it midweek. That's our next chance for some showers, but we're seeing it to wrap up May and kick off June. Yeah, June 1st, we're going to be headed close to 80 degrees, and that is the start of meteorological summer. So we're almost there. 52 though today. That's it. Northeast winds stay brisk. It stays raw and chilly. We have showers around this evening, a spotty chance heading into tomorrow, but it stays cool to start off with in the 40s, 60 for the high, still well below average. And by Sunday, closer to 70. We're there on Monday. And then we finally break into more of a summery pattern, it looks like, by the end of next week. All right, that's a look at your 10-day forecast. Let's get everybody out and about. A busy travel couple days coming up, Adele.
Yes, very busy. And we are, of course, keeping a close eye on the roadways, the airports. If you are heading out to the roads right now, though, just keep in mind they are still wet in many areas, and we are still seeing some ponding and flooding as well. Now, a little further west, quick update here. 80 eastbound, just the left lane remains closed down. Westbound side still shut down, though, until the end of next week. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
All right, Adele, thanks very much.
Everybody, Thursday morning, it is May 22nd. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Adelle Caballero is watching our roads and rails. We're also going to be talking to Rami Smith at the airport. And Storm Force Maria LaRosa here. We had all the drops of water on the camera.
So many drops. So many
More
drops.
than a dozen.
Yes, at least. That's a great estimation. But yeah, we've got a few more to get through. The good news is this is starting to wind down in terms of the worst of it, right? Especially through Manhattan right now. You're looking down into Times Square. Obviously, still showers around, so don't go without the rain gear today. On top of that, the temperature story. This is terrible. 48 degrees, that chilly rain with an east wind. This is more like mid to late March kind of situation. We've got 48 in Islip, 47 in White Plains. As I mentioned, some drying out to the north and west, at least a break, but still some of that heaviest rain in and around Manhattan through Long Island, pushing up into Connecticut as well. You can see the widespread system will keep those shower chances in through today. There's that east wind gusting at times over 20 miles per hour. So you want the hood, the jacket, all the things today. By the time we get to 1 o'clock, just 52 degrees, still breezy, a few rounds of showers to go. By 10 o'clock, really starting to see the radar quiet down a bit. All right, coming up on 6:01, Adele, what are you keeping an eye on? Busy out there.
Yes, definitely very busy. And Michael said it perfectly. A lot of water drops out there. Right now on Long Island, we're dealing with a crash on the Southern State Parkway westbound by exit 24 for Merrick Avenue. You've got one lane closed off and obviously delays through the area there. And then the FDR Drive southbound, we've got a crash that's just popped up here right by exit 12 for 63rd Street. Again, one lane closed off and delays heading back through the 70s and 80s and into New Jersey. Still watching this crash on Route 17 southbound over by Central Avenue. Couple lanes closed off, delays back past Route 4. Michael, back to you.
All right, Adele, thank you very much. We want to get to the latest now on that disturbing